everybody, Paul Lindsey here, coming to you from Redbud for round 6 of the Lucas Oil AMA Motocross Nationals, the Redbud Classic. Always a great race here. I'm going to bring you another edition of Under the Radar for Racer X Films. As I always talk about, we know there's great racing up front in both classes every year in the AMA Outdoor Nationals, but I'm going to show you some things that you might not have noticed if you weren't here at Redbud. It was hot, it was rough as always. This track always separates the men from the boys. Great separation in the racing, and I'll show you a few things that you might not have seen. So let's get right to the 250 class. Okay, up first in the 250 class, Martin Davalos, the guy everybody loves to doubt, and one of my inspirations for this segment, believe it or not, all the way back in Texas, picked up the RC Hard Charger Award very quietly coming through the pack. Hard to doubt a guy that charges from behind in the 250 class every week. This week, from 28th place all the way to 11th in the first moto, backed it up with a solid 7th in the second moto for 8th overall. Martin Davalos quietly flying under the radar on his Rockstar Suzuki, 8th place overall on the day for Martin. Up next, Scotty Champion. Wow, what a great race. Similar to Jake Canada last week. Everybody off guard. Very well-liked privateer. All these guys fight hard for these points, get in the top 20. Scott Champion picked up 16 total today with an amazing 13-13 for 10th overall. Great ride, Scotty Champion. Next up, Will Hahn, back in the saddle finally after sitting out Supercross and most of the outdoor season. You guys always hear me say how hard it is to jump in mid-series. That wasn't slowing Will down today, going 8-6 for 6th overall. Welcome back, Will Hahn, an amazing ride. Look forward to more out of Will as the season goes on that Geico Power Sports Honda. Last but not least, and certainly my most impressive ride of the day, Kyle Cunningham, on and off his entire pro career, coulda, shoulda, woulda. This year, seeming to find consistency. Very impressive, quiet 4-4 today, closer to the leaders than the 5th place guy was to him in the first moto. It's his 6th top 5 moto finish of the year. All of a sudden, Kyle Cunningham has some consistency, and he also moves into 5th place in the points this week, only 13 behind Tomac in 4th, who sat out after a practice crash. And also a quick shout out to a couple guys we did not get footage of, but Josh Clark, number 91 on the Privateer Honda, 16-19 overall on the day for 20th. Do the math on that one, folks. We always talk about the crazy motorsports. That's right, 16-19, 20th overall. Also, welcome back Sean Hackley, scoring his first point in the first moto with a 20th. Welcome back, Sean. Okay, on to the 450 class. Up first, it is Brett Metcalf. Maybe asking yourself why I'm putting these top guys up there, because in my opinion, these guys don't get enough respect. 4-5 on the day for Medi. Also closer to that lead pack than the 5th place guy was to him. Very solid ride for the man who finished 2nd in the points last year and always seems to fly under the radar. Up next, the 800 KTM, Mike Alessi. Some KTM brass in town this week for the race. In the first moto, Mike had to charge from well outside the top 20. If you'd have seen him on the first lap, it would have looked like he was in for a bad day. Made it all the way back to 8th place, backed up with a solid 4th. Great battle with Reed in the second moto. 8-4 for 5th overall on day for Mike Alessi. And last but not least, my standout performance of the day, the number 10 Muscle Milk Toyota Yamaha, Justin Brayton, with a solid 5-7 on the day. He certainly looks comfortable up in that top 5, just like he did 4 times on the year in Supercross. One of only a handful of riders to crack that top 5 if you weren't in the Fab 5 in Supercross. And one last quick shout out to somebody we don't have footage of also, the Sewell brothers from Indiana, Travis and Shane. Travis besting his brother, going 13-17 on the day for 14th overall. His brother goes 20-18 for 21st overall. Congratulations to the Sewell brothers, great ride. That's gonna do it for me here at Redbud. Up next, we've got a week off. Redbud, always one of my favorite tracks, but my other favorite track will be at Millville in 2 weeks. I'm Paul Lindsey, thanks again for watching Under the Radar on Racer X Films.